Hello everyone, what is going on? And today a ton of information was released for Destiny Rise of Iron through Game Informer. There's just been a flood, just an absolute flood of things coming out and being revealed, from the new game mode to new artifacts, what exactly Rise of Iron is going to include, like the story missions, how many story missions, all that kind of stuff. The name of the raid got revealed, all this kind of stuff. Some new exotics and some really cool armor pieces. Just a ton of stuff is just getting put out right now by Game Informer. So I highly suggest you do some research, but I'm going to do a little bit of a summary and some of the things that I saw that were pretty freaking cool. So first off is the Kvostov. Like, we saw a picture of, or actually, like, we saw this Kvostov in one of the first trailers for Rise of Iron during one of their streams, and immediately everyone recognized it, like, oh my gosh, is that an exotic Kvostov? And now we have it confirmed. And it says here, Kvostov is going to be the most customizable weapon, in Destiny, period. And I'm going to be showing pictures of it here. This is insane, alright? So it looks like you have a selection between iron sights or some kind of dot sight. You can choose to have it be fully automatic, burst fire, or semi-automatic. So it can be an auto rifle, a pulse rifle, or a scout rifle, apparently. There's another column of options that are most likely just range, stability, or magazine size upgrades. And then there's another column of upgrades that is extended mag, perfect balance, or rangefinder. So more magazine ammo, more stability, or more range. In addition to the column before that, which has pretty much the same thing. And then lastly, you can pick the rate of fire of the weapon. So it says here it can go between 900 RPM and something else. Obviously, we don't know what the other RPM is, but I would assume it's a slower rate of fire, because when it goes up to 900 RPM, that is a bullet hose. That's a bullet hose speed auto rifle, right? So that's a bullet hose, and then it can probably slow down to the original Kvostov's speed, which is a little bit of a lower rate of fire auto rifle. But this looks amazing to me. I'm really interested to see how the pulse rifle or scout rifle variations work, if that is what's happening here. I mean, it says automatic when you see this picture in that column, so I'm assuming the other two are burst fire and semi-auto. Could be wrong though. Could definitely be wrong. Could be something else entirely. We don't know, and we have no idea how it's going to behave, but I'm very excited to try this weapon out. It also looks like you get an automatic agility boost too on the side there. If you guys notice that on the far left, the white bonus sign above infusion, that looks like an agility boost. So yeah, that's like really cool, and the gun looks cool too. Lots of people are excited about this. I'm also going to be showing a picture of a text, and I will actually read the text here right now. Let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. All right. So this snippet of text it says, Rise of Iron includes the introduction of a long-awaited feature our community has been clamoring for, says Crucible design lead Lars Bakken. Whatever is coming, Bungie has promised we won't have long to wait. We'll have an exclusive first look at what Bungie has in store as soon as they finalize and announce their plans. Check GameInformer.com on August 16th to get the complete rundown. And everyone, literally everybody, is saying custom matches, private matches for PvP. And quite frankly, I want to remain objective, because we don't know what's going to happen. But I can't think of anything else that they would add. I mean, come on, Rise of Iron includes the introduction of a long-awaited feature our community has been clamoring for. What else would it be except for custom games? What else have we been clamoring for? That has, in my mind, that has to be custom matches. A lot of people agree with me. A lot of people say this is custom matches. This is the introduction of custom matches into Destiny, or at the very least, private games, private lobbies. So I'm excited. I mean, I just want them to announce it already. Like, come on, stop torturing us. We want to know. But anyways, Moving on, the light level also got announced. The max light level will be 385, and when the hard mode raid comes out, it will bump up to 400. As well, Festival of the Lost is going to be coming back in October for the Halloween event, and Sparrow Racing League is coming back in December with new maps and tracks for that. So, Sparrow Racing League, obviously, a lot of people actually liked it. I personally enjoyed it. I felt it adds something new to the game that, you know, casual players can just go in and just race sparrows. And it's you know, it's kind of fun to just chill in sparrow racing every once in a while and get some cool looking armor from that and stuff. So I'm actually excited for that personally. We don't know how long it's going to come out. I'm hoping it's a permanent playlist. Quite frankly, the last time they did it, it was a kind of a tester kind of thing, and they only kept it around for like a couple weeks, I think, maybe a month. I'm hoping that when it returns in December, it will return for good. The next thing I want to talk about is these artifacts that everyone is so hyped about. New and improved artifacts, they're going to have crazy special abilities. I'll read the first four here. Memory of Felwinter. Lose your super, but gain an extra grenade and melee charge, and boost to all your stats. And orbs that you pick up recharge your grenade and melee abilities. So when you equip this artifact, you cannot use your super. You don't charge super, but you get an extra grenade, an extra melee charge, and your stats, I'm assuming your discipline and strength to recharge your grenade and melee are increased as well, possibly. It's either that or it's recovery, agility, armor, something like that. And then, you know, orbs of light that you can pick up off the ground from your teammates' supers help recharge your grenade and melee. So, this one right off the bat scares me for PvP. I feel like they put this in to make Striker and like Blade Dancer a little bit more appetizing for PvE, like for raids and strikes and things like that, because no one uses Striker in PvE, because Fist of Havoc is pretty much useless, quite frankly. It's not that great, and the nades aren't even that great. Like flashbangs are decent, but there's really no real reason to use Striker in like raids or strikes or anything like that. So I feel like this is, to kind of give strikers an option to like double up on flashbangs, and then they can pick another exotic besides armamentarium or something like that. Maybe even armamentarium with this artifact gives you 3 grenades. That would be ridiculous. Okay, I don't want that. Hope we can pray that doesn't happen, right? Because it doesn't happen now with like the chest piece on Warlocks that gives you an extra sticky grenade, and then you have like Sunsinger already has that perk there where you can spec for an extra sticky grenade. If you equip both of those, it doesn't give you 3 sticky grenades. So I'm thinking that they won't allow a triple grenade setup, because that would be ridiculous. Could you imagine Striker Titans running around with 3 lightning grenades? Because I couldn't imagine that. And then, but like, it's not even just them. Blade Dancers with 2 skip grenades, Voidwalkers with 2 Axion bolts in PvP. I'm sincerely hoping that grenades are getting a massive rebalancing. Subclasses are getting rebalanced in Rise of Iron. Maybe they're nerfing grenades a lot, because this in PvP for Voidwalkers, Blade Dancers, and Strikers, those 3 classes where supers aren't the focal point of the class necessarily, it's really the grenade and the melee abilities and other abilities like that. The supers don't really matter that much. Like Blade Dancer's supers is like debatably the worst in the game. Fist of Havoc and Nova Bomber panic supers, usually you're only getting, most people are just panic with them and get 1 kill. So a lot of people are just gonna spec for more grenades, and I feel like that's not gonna be fun. I'm a little bit nervous about that one. We spent a lot of time on that artifact. Let's move on. Memory of Galeon. Guardians that wield this artifact gain detailed radar at all times, and radar persists when aiming primary weapons. So your radar stays up while you're aiming your primaries, and your radar is split into more sections, so you can accurately tell better where people are on the radar, enemies on the radar, obviously. If you ever use Keen Scout on the Night Stalker, it's pretty much that, I'm assuming. You can also see chests and like planetary materials on your radar, so that's kind of cool. It's not that great, obviously, in my personal opinion, especially not compared to the first one we talked about. But we'll see how well it works. Memory of Scory. This is a straight support one. Guardians who follow in her footsteps use her artifact to glow with an inspiring light that speeds up super recharge for all nearby allies. So if you're near your allies, their super recharge is increased. I'm nervous about this one too for PvP because there's already a perk on the Stormcaller tree for Warlocks that allows you to recharge your super quickly if you stay by your teammates. If you stack this with this artifact on your teammates, you could be getting Storm Trance very, very often. A cool mechanic in PvE, but I'm very nervous to see how it works in PvP because this could, like, if this works like that perk on Storm Trance does, I'm forgetting. Electrostatic Mind, I think, is what it's called on Storm Trance or on Stormcaller. But if that stacks and it works the same way, then this could mean like Stormcallers could get 5-6 supers per game, and that is absolutely ridiculous, especially with the state of Stormcaller being the best subclass right now, debatably, at least top 2 subclasses. That makes me nervous. But moving on, Memory of Timur. This is a fun one. Alright, let me find the start of it. Alright. Guardians willing to flirt with Shadow can take up Timur's artifact and transform their melee attack, giving it a chance to turn low-power minions of the darkness into allies. These enemy creatures fight at your side, turning their weapons on confused fellow aliens. Another melee in a few seconds later puts them back in their right mind, or the effect expires after 30 seconds. So you can literally melee like low enemies like dregs, thrall, any of those like lower enemies, and possibly like vandals and stuff like that. But it has to be a low enemy, so you can't just like go up and melee an ogre, I don't think, and have it turn on its friends. But you can have allies. Like this is a fun one. I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. Wow, whoever programmed that, you're great, you're amazing. But anyways, I just thought that was a really cool one, and I wanted to point it out. The other 4, the Memory of Radagast. This artifact adds a new ability for sword heavy weapons, letting you reflect energy-based projectiles, including everything from an ogre's blast to a crucible opponent's rocket. So when you have this relic equipped with a sword, you can reflect bullets and pretty much anything in PvP and in PvE. I'm just going to leave that there. Fuck yes, is all I have to say about that. Memory of Perun. If you bear her artifact into battle, then enemy guardians with full supers are highlighted yellow, and all enemies with low health are highlighted red for easy targeting. So, kind of a meh one there. I mean, like, you got like 3 other ones that are just outshine some of these ones, in my opinion. But moving on, Memory of Jolder. The ability to completely eliminate sprint cooldown, allowing your Guardian to ceaselessly charge ahead. So for those of you PvPers who have gotten sprint locked and it's gotten you killed multiple times, I am one of those people where you're just like mashing the sprint button and it just won't sprint for you and you get shot and you die. So that's going to be a good one, honestly. It sounds not that great, especially compared to some of the other ones. But honestly, I think a lot of the PvP players are going to end up running with this one. And finally, Memory of Silmar. The ability to dramatically reduce any damage inflicted through damage over time effects. So, burning effects and poison effects, which will come into fruition here in a little bit as I read. It should be a welcome deference, especially since the infamous Thorn hand cannon is returning in year 3. So this is a confirmation that Thorn is back for year 3 at full light level. We don't know if they're buffing it back to a really, really crazy good state. We don't know what they're doing to it. All we know is that this artifact is practically a direct counter to it. If you equip this, Thorn is supposedly going to be far less effective. It's going to do less damage over time. And I'm very interested to see how this artifact is going to work, especially like in competitive Destiny. I don't know if any of you guys are into that, but I do enjoy watching competitive Destiny tournaments sometimes. A lot of people laugh at quote-unquote competitive Destiny because it's not necessarily a competitive game, but there are tournaments that happen. You know, there are prize pool money. There are prize pools and really, really good teams, and I enjoy that. I enjoy watching competitive gaming a lot, and I'm very interested to see how these artifacts are going to play out in the competitive scene of Destiny, because some of these could be a little bit ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see. Is there anything else to go over? Oh yes, we got a picture of a new character, probably a tower character or someone who will hang out in our new social space with us. Her name is Tira Karn, and she will be selling 3 artifacts per week that you can buy after you complete a set of bounties. That's the assumption, is that you complete a set of bounties, you get this thing called an Iron Lord's Legacy, and then you can turn it into Tira Karn in exchange for one of these artifacts, and you still have to infuse it up to get it to full light level, but you still do get that crazy good perk that it comes with. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the announcements. The new game mode is called Supremacy. We don't know all that much about it. Actually, well, I don't know all that much about it. I haven't done that much research. But I encourage you guys to do your own research. Like I said, I'm scared about these new artifacts. I'm scared about how they're going to play out. I'm excited about the Kvostov, and I'm excited about everything else. But I'm very interested to see how stuff like this is going to play out. I'm very excited to see what the hell they're going to announce in the coming month. Praying for custom games. But yeah, I mean, it's getting closer and closer, guys. Time's flying by. And I'm just really excited for Rise of Iron. I'm excited for new content. And I think that the end of this year is going to be a really fun year for Destiny, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really, really long video. I hope you guys don't mind. But yeah, I was really excited, so I wanted to talk about it. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.